Imagine gazing up at the sky and witnessing a rare, breathtaking display of colors dancing across the night sky. Yes, we're talking about the northern lights, but not as we usually know them. In a recent turn of celestial events, a severe solar storm has impacted Earth, creating a spectacular vista of the northern lights, visible even in regions closer to the equator. This solar storm is not just any ordinary storm, but a significant one that has triggered the first G4 alert since 2005 and escalated to G5 extreme conditions. Now, what does this mean? In simple terms, the solar storm is a release of massive amounts of energy from the sun's surface, causing disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field. When a storm of this magnitude occurs, it results in a dramatic increase in the visibility and reach of the northern lights, also known as the aurora borealis. For those who are unfamiliar with these terms, the G4 alert is a classification used by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to denote severe geomagnetic storms. These storms can have wide-ranging effects, such as causing beautiful light displays, but they can also disrupt power grids, spacecraft, and radio communications. The northern lights, typically visible in northern regions, are now likely to be seen as far south as Alabama due to the storm's intensity. This is a rare and historic event, presenting an opportunity for those living in these areas to witness the awe-inspiring beauty of the northern lights, which usually require a trip to much colder climates. This solar storm isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a phenomenon that can affect our daily lives in surprising ways. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the effects of this solar storm. You might be surprised to learn just how far south the northern lights will be visible. This solar storm is not your ordinary cosmic event. Its intensity is so high that the northern lights, also known as the aurora borealis, will illuminate the night sky in places much farther south than usual. Picture this: the ethereal green and purple waves of light, usually only visible in the far north, now seen as far south as Alabama. The storm's intensity plays a significant role in this unusual phenomenon. It's like turning up the volume on a stereo. The more intense the storm, the louder, or in this case, the brighter and more widespread the northern lights become. But where are the best places to witness this wonder? Michigan's Upper Peninsula, for one, offers optimal viewing conditions. The vast open landscapes, far from the light pollution of big cities, create a perfect stage for the aurora borealis to perform its luminous dance. And when is the best time to catch this dazzling display? Around midnight, when the sky is at its darkest and the stars are at their brightest. This is when the northern lights truly come alive, painting the night sky with their radiant hues. Keep in mind, though, that this is not a nightly occurrence. It's a rare and special event brought to us by the powerful forces of our sun. So if you find yourself under a clear, dark sky during this time, take a moment to look up. You might just witness one of nature's most mesmerizing spectacles. So if you're in the right place at the right time, you might just get a glimpse of this incredible spectacle. While the sight of the northern lights may be awe-inspiring, it's also a reminder of the power and unpredictability of our sun. As beautiful as this celestial light show may be, it's essentially a visual representation of solar activity. Intense solar storms, like the one that recently painted the skies over Michigan, are the primary drivers of these ethereal displays. However, these storms aren't just about the spectacle, they have real and potentially damaging effects on Earth. Solar storms are essentially eruptions of high-energy particles from the sun. When these particles reach Earth, they can wreak havoc on our modern infrastructure. Power grids, spacecraft, and radio communications are among the systems most vulnerable to these solar tempests. Severe storms like the G5 level event that recently occurred can cause significant disruptions and damage. That's why it's so vital to monitor solar activity. Agencies like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration keep a close watch on our star, issuing alerts when solar storms are on the horizon. This vigilance helps us prepare for potential impacts, minimizing the damage caused by these celestial events. But it's not just about bracing for potential disruptions. Monitoring solar activity also allows us to predict when and where the northern lights will be visible. Meteorological forecasts and specialized apps can help pinpoint the best times and locations to witness this natural wonder. Even in places like Michigan, where such displays are a rarity, these tools can give residents a heads up when the northern lights are about to make an appearance. So, while we marvel at the beauty of the northern lights, let's not forget the power and potential danger that lies behind them. As we continue to rely more on technology, understanding and monitoring our sun becomes increasingly important. Keeping an eye on the sky is more than just a pastime, it's a crucial part of understanding our place in the universe. So, what have we learned about this extraordinary event? We've explored the recent solar storm, a celestial event so powerful it made the northern lights visible even in places closer to the equator. This occurrence, the first G4 alert since 2005, escalated to G5 extreme conditions, reminding us of the potential impacts of such severe solar storms. They can disrupt power grids, spacecraft, and radio communications, underlining the importance of monitoring solar activity. We also dived into the extraordinary spectacle of the northern lights, usually confined to northern regions but seen as far south as Alabama due to the storm's intensity. Peak viewing times in places like Michigan's Upper Peninsula are typically in April, October, and November, but this solar storm offered a rare and historic display. As we marvel at the beauty of the northern lights, let's also remember the powerful forces at work behind this celestial display. It's a reminder that we are all part of a vast interconnected universe.